Shalom. I'd like to start out by giving all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rakach Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect of Israel. This is Thamayim in Atlanta, and today we're going to be speaking on reincarnation. In the book, it calls it regeneration, but it's what happens to your soul after death. It's a biblical idea. The idea of hell itself, or this place where you go and burn forever and ever, that's not a biblical idea. It's all about reincarnation or regeneration. And so I found this video on Reddit, which it goes back to a TikTok video, and this guy is speaking on reincarnation, or the study of reincarnation, by the University of Virginia. So let's go ahead and listen to him. Let's hear him out.
So here's some information you might want to know. The whole past life reincarnation thing might be more mainstream than we know. The University of Virginia actually has an entire department that studies it. It's called the Division of Perceptual Studies, and they've done a ton of research on children who remember their past lives. And in fact, children remembering their past lives is so common, they have an entire page dedicated to advice to parents of children who are spontaneously recalling past life memories. What? They've studied over 2,500 cases of kids who remember their past life, and they've actually verified that some of these kids who they say they were in a past life actually did exist. Kids who remember their past lives are around the ages of 1 to 4. After that, from 5 to 7, it starts to fade. They also typically talk about the last life they lived. And the average time spent from the death of that previous life to the birth of who they are now is around 15 months. Often their birthmark did signify how they were killed in a past life. So my question is, how long is it until we collectively realize that death is not the end, it's just a doorway? So here's some information you might want to know.
And I don't know about the birthmark thing, but what he said about death being not the end, he's right about that. It's not the end. Once you die, your soul returns to the Most High in the spiritual realm, and there you receive your judgment for, or you're told about your judgment for how you lived in this life, and then you'll have a new life, and that's where your judgments are carried out. We're gonna get into the scriptures on this. This is Ecclesiastes 3 and 15. That which hath been is now, and that which is to be hath already been. You can think of your soul. And the Most High requireth that which is past. And so, your soul has been through many lifetimes. You've had many families, you've had many wives, or husbands if you're a woman. You've had many children. You've been on the earth before, and you'll be on the earth again. It's just how the Most High made things. And he spoke on, the guy spoke on people having a remembrance of their past lives, which I've heard tons of stories about that, but the scriptures say otherwise. It might just be a few people that actually, or a few special people that actually do remember their past lives, but the scriptures say differently. This is Ecclesiastes 1 and 11. There is no remembrance of former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come with those that shall come after. So you don't actually remember your past lives. There are stories, and in particular, General Patton claimed to remember his past lives. He even wrote a poem about it. So it's just something to think about, because that's mercy, not remembering your past deaths. That would trouble people in their current lives if they were to remember their past deaths and their past families and loved ones and how they died and all the trauma that comes within life. But the point being is that you were here in the past. You did have past lives. This is Ecclesiastes 3:16. And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that place under the sun being the earth. That wickedness was there, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there. So, it's not this place under the earth that you go and get judged forever. So I'm speaking of hell. It's right here on the earth, which this current state of the earth and how it's being ran, it really is hell on earth. But as far as a place where you go and burn forever and some red guy sticks you with a pitchfork, that doesn't exist. There is a red guy, red devil here, but it's not as the church would make you to think. It's the earth where you receive judgment. I'm going to move down down to verse 20. So Ecclesiastes 3:20. All go unto one place, that one place being the spiritual realm, or what some people call heaven. All are of the dust, because Adam was formed from the dust, from deep within the ground. And all turn to dust again, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Who knoweth the spirit of man that goeth upward, and the spirit of the beast that goeth downward to the earth. So the souls of man and beast are not the same. They don't go to the same spiritual realm. And we're going to skip over to chapter 12 because it goes into this again. This is Ecclesiastes 12:7. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, that being your body, and going and decomposing within the earth, within the ground, and that actually bringing forth life, because different plants and organisms can be nourished from your body. And the spirit shall return unto the Most High who gave it, that being the spiritual realm. And that's where you go up and receive your judgment, and then you come back down after 3 or 4 generations. And then let's go check out where it speaks of these things within the scriptures. So this is Matthew 19:28. And Yahushua said unto them, this being the apostles, verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory. So regeneration basically being another way of saying reincarnation. Ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. So Yahushua himself spoke on regeneration. And let's go to the blue letter and get this. So Matthew 19:28. It's Strong's G 3824. Pelaginesia. Let's see.
Strong's G 3824. Pelaginesia.
So it means new birth, reproduction, renewal, recreation, or regeneration. And the term reincarnation, meaning back, carnate, going into flesh, so back in the flesh, back in the body. And so it would be a new birth or a reproduction. The A term is hence renovation, regeneration, the production of a new life consecrated to the Most High, a radical change of mind for the better, the word often used to denote the restoration of a thing to its pristine state. And you can think of the earth, because the earth will be regenerated. We're looking for new heavens and new earth. And I think that word new in Revelation goes into kainos, which is a refreshing. So it's renovation as a renewal or restoration of life after death. The renovation of the earth after the deluge. And then the Strong's definition goes spiritual rebirth, the state or the act, figuratively spiritual renovation, especially messianic restoration, regeneration. And so this is regeneration, and reincarnation is definitely biblical. And it's I would go as far to say that if you don't understand that and you're still speaking on hell and thinking that's where the body goes just once, then you don't actually understand the scriptures and what it's saying. You don't understand judgment and how the Most High carries out his judgments. This is Daniel chapter 12 and verse 13. Because the Most High spoke to Daniel about how he's going to return. And it says, but go thou thy way till the end be, as in the end times. For thou shalt rest, as in go to sleep, or die, and then come back through the regeneration. And all the way at the latter end of it is when it's speaking, the end times. And stand in thy lot at the end of the days. And so Daniel is back here now. Even though he was there in the Babylonian captivity, he's back here in the end days, standing in his lot. And he would be a prophet, because the spirit of the prophets be unto the prophets. I think I butchered that one right there, but Daniel's back, standing in his lot, waiting to be delivered for salvation. Let's get one more. I'm going to go to Matthew 17 and 10. And his disciples asked him, this being Yahushai, the disciples speaking to Yahushai, and his disciples asked him, saying, why then say the scribes that Elias must first come? Speaking of Elijah. And so I've got this pulled up in Malachi, the 4th chapter, off screen. But it's speaking of the end of Malachi, the end of the Old Testament, the last two verses. And so this is Malachi 4 and verse 5. It says, behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. Because he's being sent as a herald to welcome or usher in Yahushai. Verse 6, and he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. And so Elijah came back as John the Baptist, and this is where Yahushai explains that. So back to Matthew 17 and 11. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Elias truly shall first come and restore all things. Turning the hearts of the fathers to the children, and the hearts of the children to their fathers. Excuse me, Salakia. Verse 12, but I say unto you that Elias is come already, and they knew him not, but have done unto him whatsoever they listed. likewise shall also the Son of Man suffer of them. Then the disciples understood that he spake unto them of John the Baptist. So, John the Baptist, in his past life, was Elijah, just like Yahushua in his past life was Solomon, he was Isaac, he was Adam, he was Melchizedek, and as well as David, in his past life, he was Moses, and in this period here within Matthew 17, he's Peter. And as well as everyone listening, we've all had past lives. We don't remember them, but we have been here on the earth before. We've had many families and loved ones, and many different situations and occurrences that have happened to us because we've been here on the earth previously. And so, Lord willing, that was edifying. I'd like to give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahushai Bahasham, Rekach Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect of Israel. Shalom.